Hello everyone and welcome to another Star Wars figure review. Today we're going to take a look at some more figures from Hasbro's Build a Weapon 3 3/4 inch line, and in today's review we're going to take a look at this guy, none other than Han Solo. Very cool figure indeed. What I really like about this one is the fact that despite limited articulation, it really does feel like a scaled down Black Series 6 inch figure. The sculpt and detail are just that good, and I'm really happy to have this one in my collection, and I cannot wait to share it with you in more detail in just a little bit. So before I do that, we are of course going to take a look at the packaging that Han Solo comes in. Once again we get the very cool Force Awakens packaging design with this one. You've got Kylo Ren featured prominently at the top with the Force Awakens logo just off to the side. Just below that we have a really cool, very swag image of Han Solo there, looking cool as always. And then on the back we have a rundown of other figures available in the Forest Mission theme of Build a Weapon figures, which as you can see include Han Solo himself, the Hask Thug and Resistance outfit Rey that I've given you a look at previously. Now, as I mentioned, I have collected all of these figures, so I have been able to assemble the Build a Weapon part, and I'll give you a look at these all put together in just a little bit. So that's the packaging that Han Solo comes in. Now let's move on to what we get inside, and this is the Build a Weapon piece that we get with Han. Sort of an unconventional blaster rifle of sorts. Looks sort of like a Trandoshan blaster or something that you might see in the video game Doom. I'm going back to PS1 days, not these new games that you get nowadays. Got to sound old saying stuff like that. But as you can see, Han can hold it and looks, reasonably cool doing so, I guess. It's not the most Star Warsy sort of weapon that we've seen, but again, it's nice to get weapons rather than just throwaway pieces. This can actually be used to be assembled with the rest of the parts from this line. So if we take the backpack that we got with the Hask Thug, you can proceed to attach the blaster rifle to one of the arms, like so. And you can then take the staff weapon that was included with Rey and attach that to the other side. Whoops, if I can do it without dropping the damn thing. You do have to use a little bit of force to get it in, but there we go. And as you can see, it creates this sort of weird, almost sort of Sentry Droid looking backpack. I have tried to apply this to Han Solo, but it doesn't quite work. I found that the best figure to apply this attachment to is the Hask Thug, as he can hold the handles on each of the weapons. But as you can see, it's a similar sort of attachment to the ones included with Admiral Akbar, the Fifth Brother Inquisitor and Tasu Leech, in the sense that you've got a backpack that connects to these two weapons. It's not the most exciting and it's not the most practical, and it does feel a little bit flimsy, but it is what it is. I'm not a major fan of this particular combination, but it's there and it does what it does. So there we go. Those are the Build a Weapon pieces. Now let's take a look at Han Solo himself, and as I've mentioned, this is a great figure. I'm really happy to have this one in the collection finally, just because it's Han Solo and because we finally got that long-awaited Kylo Ren unmasked figure recently as well. So obviously you can recreate some really cool scenes from The Force Awakens with those two characters. With regards to Han himself, the sculpt and detail on this guy is fantastic, and as I mentioned at the beginning of the review, this almost feels like it's been taken from the exact same digital files as the Black Series 6 inch Han Solo, in the sense that the sculpt and detail feel very similar, and it just feels like a scaled down version of the 6 inch figure. So in that respect, I'm a big fan of this one. In terms of articulation, we do get the standard 5 points with Han. So we have a ball joint at the head, swivels at the shoulders and hips. He does come with his trademark blaster pistol, which is a very small, very flimsy and very thin sculpt. So again, do be careful with this one in case it breaks. But you can remove it from his hand and place it into the holster that is attached to the leg, like so. As you can see, the rest of the figure is really nicely sculpted. You've got Han's brown boots there at the bottom, the belt and holster in the middle there, and of course that all famous now jacket that recently sold for $150,000 at auction, which is crazy. It was for a good cause, however, so you know, it's not all bad. But yeah, this jacket recently sold and is now in the hands of a very lucky collector. So my hat's off to you, my friend, if you're watching. Again, great sculpt, great likeness as well to Harrison Ford. I think the head sculpt is absolutely bang on. Does suffer the same problem as the 6-inch figure, however, in the sense that the hair is slightly more brown than it was in the film. Granted, we do get a few more grey highlights with this figure than we did with the Black Series version, but obviously it would have been nice if the hair was a little bit greyer. But other than that, the figure is fantastic. I'm really happy with this one, and again, just, you know, thrilled to have a 3 3/4 inch Force Awakens Han Solo in my collection. So bring on Leia and Luke and the rest of the original trilogy characters, and we'll be all set. So once again, phenomenal figure, highly recommended, and if you want to pick this guy up, then you can do so via the link in the video description. At the time of filming this review, Han Solo is sadly sold out, but I'm sure he should be back in stock pretty soon, so just be patient, keep your eyes peeled, and if you see this one at retail, then do not hesitate, grab him and pick him up. He is a worthy addition to the collection, and just an all-round great action figure. Big fan of this one, I think you will be too. So that is going to wrap up my recent marathon of Build-A-Weapon 3 3/4 inch figures. I'm absolutely pooped, so I'm going to go off and put my feet up for a bit. So I hope you've enjoyed all these recent reviews, guys. I will be back with many more very soon. I've got some 3 3/4 inch vehicles to give you a look at. Probably some more Funko Pops later on down the line, as that's a new craze that's kicking off in my collection. And then just tons of other cool stuff as well. So there's always new content coming to the channel, so make sure you keep your eyes peeled for new videos. And if you haven't done so already, hit subscribe, you know, keep up to date with all my latest reviews. So until my next video, guys, as always, thank you for watching, keep collecting, and may the Force be with you.